In this video, we are going to cover add-on elements. So, basically, we're going to cover all of these right here. It shouldn't be too bad. Let's get started. So, from the top, Joomla module, you can pretty much just forget about. There's really nothing you're going to need that for. That's more for development. Accordion is very nice. Let's go ahead and drag that over. Take a look at the accordion. So, the beautiful thing about the accordion is I can add as many elements as I want, and as I click on them, they come up. It's really nice for rules, regulations, things like that. To add another one, simply click Add Item, give it a title, all that good stuff, and you have a really nice little accordion area. The next thing we're going to look at here is the contact form. We went over this a little bit earlier, but let's take a look at this in depth here. So in the contact form, again, you can create a title above it. And you can create many of these to put them wherever you want for individual things. One of the main benefits of this is being able to select here the from name and from email. So from name, you could say sign up for newsletter or something like that, which this wouldn't really be a newsletter sign up, but sign up for a specific event. And you can name it here so you know when that email comes in exactly what it is that they're signing up for or they're asking about, new discount, or let's say you do a raffle or anything, you can name it here, which is going to help you a lot. Again, you can click the phone field, which is going to put the phone in there. This 3+4, the reason they do that is so you don't get a bunch of spam from robots. And that's it as far as the contact form. The next thing we're going to look at here is going to be, go ahead and delete this contact form, alert. So with alerts, we can basically put emphasis on a specific thing. I don't know, it's like if you want to highlight the fact that the gym will be closed on a specific day, kind of drop that in there and say, warning, alert, that kind of thing. So that's the concept behind alert. The next thing is animated numbers and animated headings. So when we talked about these earlier, they're very easy to do. So let's look at animated headings first. In one of our block areas, we had nice animated headings that did the exact same type of thing. So we can change any of these headings from what they are here to typing, per se, which will make this look like it's typing it. You could change it to any of these elements here. Let's have it just fade in, So all these are really nice just to be able to change certain things. So you can see the heading is before the text. The animated text is here. It switches between these three. And the text after is right here. It's very simple, but it's nice and it looks good. So the next thing we want to look at is the animated numbers, which is the same concept. But within the animated numbers, you can go ahead and set up any type of we are at this level and we're going to this level. So you can actually kind of say, I want it to go up to, have a specific number it goes up to. And, this many people have registered for this event, or, we're up to, 21 shows now, or something like that. You can easily put in here with this animated number area. The next thing after animated number, let's go ahead and remove that, is articles and article scroller. Don't worry about that because we're not necessarily using, we're building these articles out individually, and I'm pretty sure no one's really going to need to use this, but essentially what this is for is to take other pages and insert them into this page. Most people are not going to need that. Audio, if you do want to put some kind of an audio check on there, is also very simple. Click audio, just select the MP3 file here, and you could put the URL of whatever you want. You can tell it to audio or autoplay, and that's it. So that's just adding an MP3 or anything you need to add to the site. Go ahead and put my column back there. The next thing we're going to look at after audio is the block numbers. Block numbers are kind of fun and nice. So let's say I have 3 or 4 things I would like to highlight. Here's number 1. I can actually just duplicate that by clicking this little clone button here. See where it says clone add-on? So I'm going to clone that, and then I'm going to change these to 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's very simple to do. So here we have block number 1, block size, color, all that good stuff. So if I select the first one, that's number 1. The second one, we're just going to switch that to 2. And remember, you have little things you can click there to make it go up to 2 a lot easier. And if you don't see your changes right away, sometimes you have to hit this apply button here. Not necessarily the save button, but just this apply button when you're working on small elements like this. So once you hit the apply button, you'll see that, oh, my number 2 didn't stick. So let's go back to 2. Apply. Now we see 1, 2, 3. Probably want that to be O2. So that's a very nice, easy thing, and very, very quick to set up, and looks nice and has a good font and highlights whatever we want within those numbers. The next thing after that, let's go ahead and delete these numbers here. Is if we just want to add a button, just a random button somewhere that says click here to sign up because you put it underneath some text. So here is the button. We haven't assigned a color or anything, but here's the link. Here's the button appearance, button shape, all that good stuff, which is very common to what you've done in all of the other areas. And here we can change the background options and all that good stuff. So if I want to make the button a specific color, I can do that in here. And that's pretty much it as far as the way the buttons work. Generally, you just drag these over underneath whatever area you're using, and you're going to tell it to not be a full width button, which is why it scrolled all the way across before. So we may want to make sure this is checked to no. But buttons are usually just, as you can see, the gray area there, that's the size of the button. We can change that. We can also make the button a gradient or 3D or have an outline, which is kind of nice. But just a basic button. Just whenever you need a button, just click on button and insert it. Sometimes you just need random buttons. The next thing we're going to look at is button group. So in a button group, all you have to do is know that this button here is also going to have other elements next to it. So let's say we have something that has 3 or 4 options, and we need 3 or 4 buttons next to it. It's kind of nice. We just click here to clone that add-on, change these to May, June, July, whatever. And then you can highlight specific areas that you want people to focus on. The next thing we're going to look at after button group, moving right along here, is carousel, which is super fun. So inside the carousel, we have a nice image area that will just roll through each slide. So here we have it set to autoplay, so it'll slide automatically. And again, we're dealing with this with our items within this. So I'm just going to check this a couple times, and then I'm going to click this jog wheel to go inside of here. Here I can change the text. I can change the font family, the title or the size of the font title, everything within here. Very simple. And again, there's 3 of them. So when you're done with that first one, make sure you hit that apply button. There's the image. Make sure you hit that apply button, which on here is just green item, and that's it. Now you can click on the next one and manipulate that one. And that's just a nice, what we call carousel, to be able to put through some nice images somewhere on the page. It doesn't have to be that big either. Remember, we size everything by our layout, and then we can change the individual elements. So after carousel, we have Carousel Pro. Same difference, they both work the same way. Carousel Pro is going to give you a couple of extra options. Clients is very nice. which is actually going to have me look at, as you see here. So if I want to just add different people we work with or different sponsors we have, I can just add these in a nice little bar. Again, get rid of the padding and put it right underneath the slideshow or wherever it's going to look good to highlight and give my athletic site or my gym more prevalence than some of the rest, and say, look at how professional we are, you know. So that's a very nice thing. Let's get rid of that. The next thing we want to look at here is the divider. Dividers are nice. I'm going to show you that after I put in the countdown. So let's say we have a countdown here. You know, the countdown to your next event, right? So we have days, hours, minutes, and seconds. That's just a nice little countdown. And here you can actually say what the date is and the time of the event, and have a nice little text that says, you know, oh, today is the day, or whatever. Once it finally reaches that, they're going to see this message instead of this. We can change the width and the height and all that good stuff down here in the background color. So very, very nice to add a countdown for something. Now, the divider is pretty much just a line, because sometimes you just need a line, you know, just like it says, you just need a divider or a line to go in between two things. So it's just a line you can add to the page anywhere you want. So let's say I have 3 elements up top, 3 elements below, but I want a line in between to separate them. I just simply add that line and done. The next thing we're going to look at after that is empty space. Sometimes you just need empty space, but that's exactly how it sounds and what it is. It's just basic empty space. So you will see a little line here, but they won't. So it's just a way to kind of create space. But again, you can do that in a number of ways. You can also just drag in the top of anything and create more padding. But if you're having problems doing that, remember that you can just grab empty space and add space like that. Very simple. Let's go ahead and remove those. Keep moving along here. So we have Flickr gallery. So if you want, or I'm sorry, feature box. So this is just going to give you features that we want to highlight here. So you can create multiple of these, put like 5 across the row, change the icons, and explain little features of your gym. That's features quite nice. And just so this video is not too long, what we'll probably do is go ahead and cover the Flickr gallery, and then we'll move on to the rest of these, because that's about the halfway mark, I believe, through here. So I'm going to go ahead and explain how to add the Flickr gallery, which I'm not sure who uses Flickr much anymore, but if you do and you want to add a nice photo gallery, simply hover over this little question mark and click it, and then you have to click this link here to get your Flickr ID and all that good stuff, just to plug in here to show your Flickr account over here. And then you can say how many number of pictures for a row and how many in general. So if I want to set that to 8 or something and hit apply, then I should see 8 pictures. See? If I only want to show 4 at a time, then I can only show 4. And this says how many per row. So let's say I want to show 6 per row. It's going to automatically make the images smaller and allow me to add more. So very, very nice elements that we have there for the Flickr gallery. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish this one here at the Flickr gallery. We're going to continue with Flipbox and do the rest of these on the next video.